that. So I'm recording now. Hello, this is Blanca Pauliukevichus, bravery architect and holistic business coach for professionals and entrepreneurs, helping you empower yourself to heal, align, and thrive, and using these tools that I'm going to share with you to help you balance your life, your energy, and meet your goals with joy. Yay!
Cool.
So happy that you're here, Elizabeth. Elizabeth is a good friend and business bestie. So I'm going to share the screen to share with you guys about the goal setting template that I created. And I will talk a little bit about goal setting. Where is it? This one, I guess. Share. Am I sharing the right? Yes. Okay, there we go. Hey, I'm gonna expand. Are you able to see?
Write my memoir.
Yes, number one. So, and you see the day that I had it to complete.
Wow. Yeah.
I was supposed to complete that in September, but I'm going to, I'm gonna be working on that for whatever's left of the year. I'm going to be focusing on that. So I've been thinking of you a lot because of that. Elizabeth does memoir writing coaching, right?
Yeah.
And so she's been an amazing supporter there. So talking a little bit about setting goals that are aligned with your soul and with your soul. Basically, the first thing that we want to do is make sure that we are getting in touch with ourselves as we start writing these things down, because sometimes we tend to give ourselves goals that are not fully in alignment because perhaps we're comparing ourselves with someone else's life, with someone else's version of success. And we're writing those things down for us, and they don't really align because they're not in accordance with our values, with our mission, with our purpose in life. We're all such unique individuals that we need to be making sure that everything we do, the way we use our time, our money, our resources is in complete alignment with who we are, who we want to be in the future, and the purpose and the calling that we have currently in our lives. So goal setting allows us to gain direction and focus on our lives and create the life, the career, or the business that is most authentic and most in alignment with us and with what we have to offer. And it measures our accomplishments so that we have a timeline for things, when we're going to be accomplishing something, and they can be flexible. This is very important. They can be flexible because life happens, right? Like, anything could happen. We could be falling ill, then we could have a surgery or whatever, and then things are going to need to be adjusted, and we need to be okay with that, because when we're hard on ourselves, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't keep focused and striving to meet our goals, but at the same time, we want to have a self-compassion to understand where we're at in our journey. So keeping a soul-aligned goals helps us with our self-confidence as well, because as we realize when we're meeting our goals, and even the smaller goals, we can celebrate that, because it's not just meeting that goal and achieving that, but it's also who we become throughout the journey. So we have to make sure that we also keep in mind the whole journey of meeting the goals is as important as meeting the goal. Do you have a question, Elizabeth?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I think when we set ourselves a goal and we map it out, we think of it as a straight line. And that we're, here we are, and there's going to be no obstacles, and we're just going to go straight there. But like you say, life happens. And so it's never a straight line, and we have to take that into account.
Right. And it's so important to remember, like who who we are and where we're standing in life, and have the flexibility and the self-compassion.
Yeah.
You know what, I'm feeling pretty sick this week, and I just need to give myself permission to rest. Like, I'm a high achiever. I push myself really hard, and I have to this is conscious effort all the time that I'm doing to reel back, reel myself back in, like remembering, where my energy is at. Because I keep pushing. Sometimes I ignore my body signals.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I do the work I do, because I need to be keeping myself on track. So, I would say setting goals provides long-term vision, and short-term motivation, So it helps organize our time, our energy on the prioritized tasks that we are set out to accomplish. And that's what is so good about writing them down or having them in one place, where you can see everything, because then you can see, okay, this is not urgent, this is urgent, this is important, and this is unimportant. So, that's where you can delegate some things and be realistic about what you can actually do, and be kind to yourself in the same process. As your accomplishes, but also have goals big enough or ambitious enough that will keep you motivated and striving to meet them as well. So one of the framework that I use to make sure my goals are in alignment is I first think about my mission. And my mission is to empower women to heal their self-worth, align with their soul purpose and passions, and impact the world by thriving in their life and business. So, and my vision is, I haven't written it down here, but it's basically to become an empowerment and a self-empowerment a figure or person that will use, I will use all my life experiences and knowledge to voice the things that we need to be hearing and living through for other people to empower themselves and create a life and business that they love. My values, for instance, are integrity, self-compassion, self-care, determination. So those are some of the things that I use and that are important for me. So, writing those things down as you are developing the mindset and the thinking structure as you come to write your goals, it's important to keep these things written down in your goal setting template or notebook or whatever, so that you always go back to that, because that's your framework, that's who you are, this is your purpose. And then remembering who you want to be, how you want to show up in the next 3 years, 5 years, or whatever long term you're thinking of. And as you keep that in mind, you can check yourself when you're writing these goals for alignment, So, for instance, one of my personal goals, and then, of course, we want to have SMART goals, right? Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time limited or time bound. So, for instance, in the category of personal, and it's personal and business kind of at the same time, I want to write my memoir. I want to share my life experience, particularly of burnout in the corporate world. And I have to tap into the why. Okay, why is this relevant, or why is this important to me? And it's got to be something that's fully aligned with all of this framework up here. And the reason why I want to write a memoir is because I want my voice to be heard. I want to share my testimony with other people, other women who are probably going through the same thing of burnout, of like low self-worth and low or poor boundaries that, couldn't or didn't know how to balance their inner demands and their outer demands to be able to live a more like self-compassionate life, right? So we're now, because we have all of these pressures inside and outside that keeps us going and going. Especially if you're a high achiever, you'll encounter this struggle, I imagine, like I do all the time. So I want to share how I've been able to heal myself from burnout and reframe, like, and kind of rewire my brain basically with the new awareness that I have, with the new tools that I have. So I want to share all of these things with women out there who might be going through the same thing. And that I wish I have found that resource at that time, right? So writing the book that you wish you have found before. And actionable steps where, you create your outline. You write about 10 minutes every day, right, Elizabeth? You can totally talk about this. Right, 10 minutes every day. I'm learning this from Elizabeth, actually. Get an editor and a publisher, promote and position the book, and get organized for speaking events. So, what skills do you need, and what knowledge do you need? And creating the outline and writing 10 minutes a day, I don't think I need any skills, but I do need skills in promoting and positioning the book. So I will probably learn book PR or something like that. Book PR.
You should look at the book called Ape.
Ape?
There's a book, Ape. It's author, publisher, entrepreneur, and it goes through all of those stages.
Oh, great. Look up book Ape, APE.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, great. There you go. See? And then learn the stages, right?
Yeah.
And then get organized for speaking events. Totally take public speaking coaching or classes. And then, we of course give it a timeline, to do this. I would say getting an editor or publisher, I would say maybe, I'm going to say mid-year, around June 2019, and promote the book and all of that. That probably takes how long, Elizabeth, now that we have you?
Well, I mean, an editor, depends, but around a month, to get back to you with the comments. And then you need to give yourself at least another month just to really work on revising whatever. And then you might want to go again, for another look through, or go to a proofreader, and that'll be about another month. So before your actual, publication date, you should have all that done at least 6 months before, because then you need to take it to the printer, and then you need to get it back to make sure that it looks okay, and and you're setting up your launch party, and so you want to have the actual physical books in your possession at least a month before.
Okay. That's really important. You see that I'm so glad that you're in this space, because so like if I find an editor and a publisher like around mid-year, I still need
about 6 months after that. Yeah.
Okay. So, for promoting the book and all of the promoting.
Yeah.
6 months after that, right? So 6 months. Right, exactly. After date above. So, that's a way to create the specific and actionable steps that I would have to take. I'm sure there are more steps there, and you can add lines here. Like if you right click on this in this row, you can insert a line above and just start adding more tasks to that particular goal. Mm-hmm. And so, and you have, your timeline due, and then you have a completed time date. That's how you start measuring, how successful you are with the particular tasks. And the relevance, so there you go. So you say it's urgent or it's important, and all of that. And then you see, what are the results? How do we know we succeeded? Well, I would know if I succeeded, if I complete just by completing the task. For me, that's a success. And the responsible party in this case is myself, and all of this. And then this part might be editor and publisher. Yeah. But I still have, and myself, because I still have to follow up and do my work and all of that. So this is a template of how we can do the SMART framework on our goals, right? So keeping the specific here with the actionable steps, measurable by measuring, the timelines when we complete it, whether we need more skills, and then the relevance, that's where we mark the relevance. The why is important. It tells us why this is relevant and how this aligns with our mission, vision, values, and purpose. And the relevance here says, how urgent and or important or both, or whether it's not important or not urgent, then that's something that you might delegate or just take it out completely. So we can do that and just share, some more personal health goals. Like for instance, if I want to lose another 50 pounds, I already lost 50 pounds, I still need to lose another 50. Pretty hefty goal. And why? My why is because I want to feel better and have a more active and healthier life. And I could expand that by saying, and have the vitality to share with family and with my business, with my business, because it requires a lot of energy and output to run a business. I would do that by eating smaller portions and making sure I have enough protein and water intake, and probably salads every day or something, because I don't eat enough salads every day.
Just have more salsa, eat more salsa.
More salsa. Oh, that's a good idea, right? Movement, exercise 3 times a week at least. And like the way you do this is like you plan your time so that nothing, or as much as you can, you stick to these actionable steps, right? And you give yourself a deadline. I'm gonna do this one for next year, lose 50 pounds by December of next year. I think it's doable. It's about 4 pounds a month. And here I am putting myself out there. This is the accountability, right? Accountability.
Yeah.
So here live and public, I'm saying I need to lose 50 pounds by next year.
I have the same goal.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, maybe we can be accountability buddies.
Yeah.
And then by the completed day, and then the relevance, this is non-urgent. I would say this is urgent. This is urgent for me because it is my health and it is my vitality. And without that, I really cannot do much more than that. So this might actually be like my number one goal for this coming year. And then, of course, create more income in my business. And, I would have to learn certain things that I'm working on, and then create, my content regularly and promote. So I start adding more of that. But I have, in this template, I have a separate business goal setting template that goes more into the business related fields, which is finance. Like I need to finish documenting all my taxes, gather all the receipts, scan and reclassify all the transactions, reconcile and analyze, content creation, like, finish the program outlines and develop it, running a program and why this is important, because I need to start running a program for improved impact and profits, develop the outlines, create a video corner, make videos and edit. I probably need to hire a VA to do this, which I already did, but she's working on my website at the moment. So it's more like, delegating some of these things, create a visibility schedule. So things like that, you can use in the different areas of your business, in marketing and finance, in content, in HR, in marketing strategy, so all of that. So I would say the first step has all of your personal life goals, or professional goals. And then the second tab has all of the business goals. And you can add more lines as you need and apply the same principle, and then you can write here your mission, your vision, your values for your business, if it's slightly different to your personal ones, and then keep them aligned with that framework. And the SMART applies as well here with the why, why is this relevant to you? And then that's where you dig deeper, as to why this goal is really important to you. Do you have any questions, Elizabeth?
Well, one thing I was wondering is that, like, you have all these goals mapped out, but when are you going to find the time? Like, do you have an exercise to actually slot on a daily basis? Okay, Monday mornings I'm working on this, Tuesday afternoons I work on this. Like, how is it all going to play out in real time?
Right. So I don't have what I use my calendar. I use my calendar to schedule these actionable steps. So if you work with Google Calendar, I would suggest to go through each of these items, right? And block that time. Like if I don't put something in my calendar, it doesn't happen.
Right.
So I would block, like if you're saying here in this plan, create an outline by this time, and then you get your phone or you get your calendar and you start plugging in these things with the recurrency that you need to have to block that time, and that's where you also adjust, right? Like, I'm running out of time. I have no time to do it. So then that's how you reassess. Mm-hmm. Okay, maybe I need to narrow down my goals, or just really plug in my calendar those that are urgent for now, and see if you can later on add some of the important ones, and the ones that are urgent and important should also take the priority. But that is a very good question. That's a very, very good question. If your goals are related to money and finances, I would say in this template here, you want to, okay, I have money goal setting here too. Okay, so if you have money status workbook, so if you have like paying debt, paying your debt, or some different kinds of money goals, you can start by getting a clear picture where you're standing, and putting all your income and your expenses in one place, and see where you're under or over. And then you have this checklist that can help you. Well, you can calculate your net worth with an app nowadays, but if you don't want to use an app or something, you can just use it here, and it's right here below, all your cash or all your assets and your liabilities. And then at the bottom, it should give you your net worth, all the assets minus the liability, that's the net worth. But here you have, you can have kind of a little checklist to do, to review your financial accounts, check for reduced, interest rates, etc. Review your bank accounts, your mortgage, all of the places where you can send a letter or call them to reduce your interest. That's, a checklist that you can start doing that. Review your utilities, see where you're getting where you can get a better deal, all your services, internet cable, switch companies for whatever, can give you a better deal. Review expenses, whatever you can eliminate, like memberships or subscriptions or services. And I put some examples here, and then check your credit report on annualcreditreport.com for a free, and check for any errors that could affect your credit. I don't know how in Canada that is, Elizabeth.
Yeah, you can do the same thing.
Oh, great. And then review your saving and set money goals for the year. And once you do that, you can use the same template for some of your, different money goals. So I put some examples like debt payoff. Usually that would be my number one money goal when I'm trying to improve we're all trying to improve our financial lives. But so debt payoff is like usually I kill the debt first, and then I start like I have a little bit emergency savings, and then I usually kill the debt. Once I kill the debt, I start fattening the 6 months or whatever long you want to have of emergency savings. And then regular savings, which are not for emergency, just for regular different plans. And then if you have to like put money aside for college fund or a retirement fund or pay off your mortgage, you know, once you have tackled all your debt, you can then put all that spending power into killing the debts of like mortgage or whatever. And then you start investing. You know, you have different accounts for investing. You can talk to a financial planner about that, and or charity giving. People, you know, put that in within their budgets if that's something they want to do regularly, or plan for that dream vacation or the dream car or the dream house or whatever it is.
Right.
So this is a money goal setting template, and this is the money status workbook. So I hope this helps. Do you have any questions on that one, Elizabeth?
No, it's really clear.
Okay, great. All right, so I hope this is helpful. And
It is.
yes, and I will put a link on the group to, you know, for any of you who want to get this template, I'll give it, you know, for free in the group.
Cool.
Yeah, and let me know, you know, how it works out.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you for showing up. I hope it served you, and let's catch up soon. Yes?
Yes, definitely.
I love. Take care. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye.